Hey guys, what is going on? Kevin Cage back with another cryptocurrency video on the one and only XRP. If it's your first time to the channel for daily XRP news and information, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get into some information. To kick things off, we got XRP Darren at Fame21 More, one of the best researchers, one of the true deep divers in this space. Honestly, he's really inspired a lot of other great researchers and probably one of the first in my opinion. So right here, in case you didn't know, and he's just sharing this is the S&P 500 historically, all the way dating back from 94 all the way till present day. And again, we can always find patterns in existing things and help predict the future, but at the end of the day, it's in no way a true indication of the future. But as we can see here, this correlation, we have the dot-com bubble during this time. All right, it's just on its way down. 2008, during that whole recession, I can't even speak. Recession and the whole real estate bubble and everything in between as we're going down, and then yet we're still at an all-time high with the stock market, the S&P 500. And again, it's complete speculation. I'm not telling you what's going to happen because nobody knows at the end of the day, but it's anybody's guess. And notice how it's roughly 10 12-year cycles. All right, so from let's say 2000 2001, so it's another 8 years or so. And then look, it's been about 10, 11 years now. So very curious to see what's going to happen next. Next, Michael iPinky7. It's iPinky77. Great YouTube channel. He is really bullish on XRP. So please do not take anybody's word as financial advice. At the end of the day, everybody is speculating. We have perceived value. And at the end of the day, it will become what the majority of people perceive it to be. Just like precious metals. All right. Everything is truly arbitrary, and everything's run based on perceived value, even the stock market. All right, it really is all fairy dust. It is a fugazi, however you say it, in that movie Wolf of Wall Street. It's true. But again, what he says, another argument against a high price of XRP. Banks would, and this is just FUD, but he's kind of addressing this. Banks would never pay us retail investors, everyday people that are invested in XRP, so much money. First, it's not the banks. It's whoever buys XRP on the other side. Second, say you bought Amazon stock at $1 back in the early 2000s, or even, late 90s. Today, a new investor buys it from you at the $1,500 where it's priced at. Did he lose money? No, not one bit. Remember, it's all what you're willing to do and, pay for an asset. And then XRP boy below, traders making bridge currency markets are not looking to profit from XRP appreciation. There will be a time when an organic need exists for XRP, not a want. Exactly, an organic need and organic demand for the asset due to its true utility. That's when the turning point will come. Not saying speculative investment won't blow the roof off. And again, speculation is going to drive this market, and as speculation comes, it's actually going to fuel the space for more utility based off of higher value, higher transactions, more liquidity. Everything is connected. All right, right here, Bob Way, one of the original employees of Ripple. He is, a little more active in the community. I haven't heard from him in quite some time, but he is very bullish. He keeps it to himself, but he does help us speculate and adds a lot of great points that are exciting that a lot of us have not considered as retail investors because, keep in mind, he's working with the founders. So how long do you think it will take to see XRP mass adoption? 1 year, 3 years, 5 years? And he goes on to say, it really depends on what you mean by mass. At the moment, the focus is not on getting XRP ledger wallets for all 8 billion people on the planet. All right, and as we go on right here, the more immediate goal is to have all 8 billion people's international payments routed through XRP as a bridge currency, a bridge asset. Remember, so to make this work requires exchanges and traders on ledger and off to acquire and trade XRP, increased liquidity. And yes, I understand what liquidity means. Please make sure you do as well for, argument's sake. It also requires connecting the fiat in and fiat out service providers to that core network. Traders are competitive folk by nature. When it becomes clear that other traders are making piles of money making XRP markets, then you'll see a mad rush of new traders wanting into the game. Exactly. And this is even more speculation based. This is the kind of mass adoption I'm looking for. Keep in mind, traders make bridge currency markets traders making bridge currency markets are not looking to profit on XRP's price appreciation. What they're doing is profiting on the spread as payments go back and forth. Exactly. Just like, the FX market. One of my friends at a major bank developed a system that trades more than $1 trillion a day making markets. The spread as a fee adds up pretty quickly no matter how small it seems. That's an awesome share. Thank you. Thank you for that. As you go on to say here, exactly, if a new investor buys at $1,500, it's because they think it will go up to, say, $2,000. This is the same logic. When I buy XRP at 30 cents, am I losing money because others bought at 1 cent? No, because I think it will go to $3 plus. Not sure of your logic here. All right. And then right here, say you bought Amazon at $1. Today, a new investor buys it from you at $1,500. Did he lose money? Nope, it's the current stock price, and the new buyer is speculating that $1,500 Amazon stock will go up, making him gains or profit as well. The new buyer wished he was buying at $1, though. True. All right. Next, we got Matthew Linney, L-I-N-Y. Swift, GPI, Corda, and XRP can work together. And so they're talking about a potential partnership between these two organizations, Swift and Corda. Well, keep in mind these are services, Swift and R3, utilizing XRP. So let's take a quick peek at this. I'm going to skim through this. So Swift has an exciting Ripple slide that explains the possibility of GPI, which is Swift's service or product, and then Corda, which is R3's open sourced blockchain platform, and then XRP working together. And this is a lot of speculation, so please keep this in mind, but this article was just written today. So Ripple is a rapid transaction platform that seeks to offer a settlements option for a financial institution and liquidity providers, LPs. XRP can be leveraged for fast cross-border transaction settlements and interbank flows. This platform has a level of centralization and effectiveness that is attractive to centralized institutions, given it could very well be the first crypto to gain widespread mainstream institutional use. With the apparent development of Libra currency, or Facebook's coin, the battle between the two could definitely be protracted for this space. Excuse me. I don't think Libra is going to compete with XRP at all. I'm not sure, their thoughts on this, but that I don't believe that at all. Swift settlement, on the other hand, provides the current standard for interbank transfers. The Swift GPI offers a new standard for banks to send and receive money anywhere in a transparent manner. Accordingly, Swift GPI has come to dominate interbank transfers. Next, Corda is probably the least famous of these three. That said, it has impressive financial transaction capabilities, and it really does. And again, this ecosystem still has to grow and thrive because this is extremely early, but it's great to see more use cases for XRP because it is named the first settlements mechanism on the Corda blockchain platform. So this platform enables businesses a way to transact directly and privately using smart contracts. All right? And smart contracts, you can just think of it as automation. All right. The open source platform is therefore efficient for business operations as it reduces transaction and record keeping costs, such as, plenty of operational cost as well. So avenues for collaboration, more speculation here. Even though their operational models are, marked differently, that's a weird word. They are still in the same market. Nonetheless, the collaborative potential of the three has a colossal promise. Incidentally, Swift can utilize Ripple even without having the Ripple-Swift collaboration. This is because XRP is decentralized and independent. XRP exists to support the liquidity needs of any range of platforms. More tools outside Ripple can also take advantage and push the envelope with XRP. At the end of the day, better interoperability in payment systems is a great thing for everybody, and that's what's going to really drive this market. They're going to be picking the best decentralized service and using that. At the moment, the GPI link does not state that it will enable XRP or other crypto settlement payments. Regardless, these proposals are enough to give the industry a glimpse of future possibilities. Swift transfers may be the slowest of the three options. However, the widespread industry legitimacy it enjoys is great for business. This is because centralized institutions are still coming around on the security of crypto solutions. On the other hand, XRP and Corda offer significantly faster solutions much more secure as well. And corporates who use Corda can transact XRP directly using Corda. This arrangement would obviously necessitate both corporates to hold XRP, increasing the demand as well. This is because Corda is not a tool that facilitates XRP style conversion. And again, lastly, with this common interest, there is a need for settlement capabilities for DLT or distributed ledger technology ecosystems. This overarching goal has to be an end game for various stakeholders in this digital future. Swift has had a great run, but in every industry, a single monopoly kills dynamicism? I can't even say that. Dynamism, I'm going to say, hopefully. I'm still working on my English, guys. All right, so in all fairness, Swift is exploring DLT to stay with the times, will not look. And again, it's going to come down to what's the most superior product. What do Swift clients need to do? Do they want to save money as well? Do they want to save money to develop more revenue streams? Do they want to, get rid of this whole concept of, pre-funded accounts around the world that are tied up? Again, Swift is common, 11,000 partners. It is the dominant player today. That doesn't mean it's going to stay. And it rarely does. They're going to be either forced to change, or they'll integrate, or they'll be destroyed entirely and replaced. I think what's going to happen is during that last moment, they will integrate. Not necessarily with Ripple, but they'll still integrate with, R3. Because again, if you look at the connection of R3 and Swift, it's laughable because they have the same exact board members. All right. And again, I can go over this, but I don't really feel like it. Again, Swift does tend to ignore Ripple, but yet R3 is coming here to take that slice of the pie. Look, 11,000 FIs, including banks, brokerages, mutual fund firms, and securities dealers across 200 countries. Opened a new partnership, so they say. But after entering a trial partnership with R3, Swift will anyways use XRP on a near-term basis, whether or not R3 offers more stable alternatives. So again, guys, it's more likely that, Swift will either use, it's more likely they're going to use R3 for XRP settlements rather than Ripple, just because of the vested interest and connections. I can't go over this. This is Matthew Linney. I'll go over this in 1 second, but essentially new Fedwire faster payments could provide liquidity and reduce amount of money in pre-funded accounts. Now, I'm not by any means saying this is XRP, but I'm showing you that they're looking for this. As we can see this, real-time gross settlement, RTGS services, they're exploring this and, realizing that faster payments are a thing that needs to be addressed right now. Now, this is what I want to show. Dilip Rao, and he is of Ripple. So very, very prominent figure. And he says, great move. FedNow will drive the transformation to real-time payments infrastructure around the world, both domestic and cross-border. Ripple mission, Internet of Value. As we can see here, just announced the federal payments improvement. The Federal Reserve banks are developing a new interbank 24/7, 365 real-time gross clearing and settlement service to support faster payments in the U.S. Learn more. Very, very exciting. And I'm just, curious to see how far behind they are. And again, Matthew Linney right below is sharing this again. Let's just take a peek. So with expanded Fedwire fund services or NSS hours, direct participants in the private sector real-time gross settlement service may be able to reduce the amount of pre-funding, in particular on weekends and holidays. So just, helping, the ecosystem grow at all times. We're moving away from the 5-day-a-week calendar week or, 40 hours a week in reality, because the world operates all the time in different time zones as well. So this reduction in pre-funding could then reduce the amount of liquidity committed to the joint account and allow more funds to remain in participants' master accounts, where those funds could accrue interest, new revenue streams, as I'm saying, with this idle money, count towards reserve requirements, and be used for purposes other than faster payments. There's so many benefits for these guys, and that's why they're actually using these 24/7, 365 real-time gross settlement systems and at least exploring to develop a robust one. And again, what organization has been working on implementing and actually integrating with all of these clients in the world for years, almost a decade? Ripple. And again, they can, even if they don't use Ripple, they can integrate with the digital asset that was built for this very problem. Cross-border remittance, also real-time settlement. So that's huge. We're going to finish off with this here, XRP Neo, so XRP_Anderson. XRP is meant to bridge currencies, as we were saying before on that screenshot. The US only uses dollars, so the instant domestic payment system of the US Fed would not use XRP anyway. And that's good to know, guys. I'm not trying to be so bullish that we're saying we're using XRP domestically. We still don't know, but again, this is his belief. The importance is that it will bridge outgoing transactions to other currencies in XRP, which I believe will happen. Don't stress. All right? You get it. XRP is not needed for domestic settlement, which is why I believe Ripple Tech won't be used here. Ripple specializes in cross-border remittances, which is a huge use case by itself. The US Fed will just act as a centralized clearing entity, and that's fine. And again, with all the speculation with XRapid, at some point, Ripple literally says that they want XRapid to be, an interledger protocol connector, which is huge as well. And on the, ILP, you can send any currencies. It doesn't matter. It's completely agnostic. So when you're connecting the dots, again, I'm not saying the Fed is going to use XRP domestically, but what I'm saying is they're exploring and helping us validate the use case for XRP as a bridge currency between different fiat pairs, which is huge. And I'm all confused. Did I talk about this in the previous video about making money on spreads? Yeah, I think I did. Yep. So I talked about that on the previous video about different market makers. Yeah, right here, actually, I did. I knew I just talked about that. So, honestly, guys, remember, XRP, bridge currency. Focus on this use case now. Look at the connections. Look at all these other huge organizations doing the same thing and moving that way. And we already know what the most well-established services and product in the space, and they're going to go towards that, and there is going to be a massive domino effect. So again, guys, with that, I'll finish up and I'll get going to make another video and stay up until 4 a.m. before I have work tomorrow because I am a psychopath. So guys, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.